On the last MMZ, I showed you guys the awesome Seeker Aces set, but now let's finally look at a Starscream bootleg, the Changeable Robot. Changeable Robot Starscream here is a bootleg of Robot Master's Starscream, and as you can see, old Changeable Robot here copies a lot from the Robot Master's packaging style. They even copied the Robot Master's logo for their Changeable Robot logo. But in their little recycling arrows on the logo, they changed it to Changeable instead of Transform because we wouldn't want this to seem too on the nose or anything. But on the Robot Masters package, where they'd show a picture of the character you're actually getting beside the logo, here they kinda genericed it up, so instead it's Victory Saber, who is probably the one they're calling a mega hero, but it's much funnier if you think that they're calling Starscream the mega hero. I like the little Firebird thing here pointing you towards the light, because of course they added a light to this figure, which unfortunately doesn't seem to be working anymore. Imagine a cheap red light flashing here. Whoa! Since he's got that stupid light added onto him, it's no surprise that this was made in China. Then again, that wouldn't be a surprise either way, would it? Though kind of interestingly, this was apparently primarily made for the Spanish market. So this was probably primarily released in Spain, though sometimes Mexico does get Chinese bootlegs for higher quality stuff than their homegrown ones. The whole mega hero thing on this thing's package apparently has to do with who put these things out, which was Mega Toys. Apparently, Mega Toys had offices in Los Angeles and would export these knockoff piles of crap elsewhere. Searching Mega Toys up, I found, unsurprisingly, that they made more Transformers bootlegs, like a bootleg Devastator set, where they called one of them Holler, which is kind of funny if you follow that thread, as Holler was proto-grapple, but then they decide not to release that toy, but he still got named in the show once. However, later they did release a Holler toy with Constructicon colors. Anyway, back on track here, one of their bootleg Constructicons was also called Earth Mover. Wow. They also had some other weird combiner sets, one where I guess you formed Optimus Prime's limbs? Anyway, on the back of the card, we've got some more Robot Master stuff and more Victory Saber, cause he's what it's all about. They also show some more of the Robot Master's toys, which were possibly in this bootleg line, with more Victory Saber and Victory Leo, if that's not enough victory for you. They also had such classic characters as Winston, which I guess would be Winston's Transformers Sona? Why did I say that? Also, we can't forget Conehead Asshole number 35. I don't know. On the bottom, there's a few more characters which may have been in the line or they're just padding their packaging out. It didn't have to be this way. It was so changeable. We do at least actually get some proper Starscream Robot Masters artwork in the front cardboard insert on the bubble. Also a nice shot of Robot Master's Starscream in jet mode, complete with his Decepticon logos, which this bootleg does not have. Oh, nice, nice. They still actually had Robot Masters on this card. They just kinda hid it. They actually hid this Robot Masters kind of watermarking looking thing throughout the packaging on the back as well. Just wow. Parts of this guy were just kind of randomly packaged as well, with one of his tail fins just sitting here, and I didn't see the other, so I thought maybe it was lost, but nah, it was just hidden under the figure, of course. Don't really know what the hell these translucent orange accessories are. They're just a nifty bonus, I suppose. Well, there's nothing quite like trying to look at a translucent orange accessory against an orange backdrop. Anyway, it looks like this is supposed to fire off the missile here, so I'll try it first on camera to see if it works in case it breaks on my second time, like that other Transformer who was supposed to give me infinite pleasure. Alright, will this actually fire? It worked, totally. There is a spring and stuff in there, but I don't know if this was ever put together. Of course. Well, it fired once. Can I ever get it to replicate that? How did I get it to shoot that once while I was talking about how it doesn't work, you stupid fuck? There we go. Alright, I guess you just have to hope you put it in the right way so it wants to actually shoot the damn thing. And I might have just broke it right there. Uh-huh. Alright, you guys saw it shoot a couple times. And then there's this, which is for... setting on top of Starscream. I got one of the tail fins in, but the other one's a stubborn little bitch. Fuck. So, there you are, Changeable Robot Starscream in his jet mode. Besides the obvious much simpler paint job, there's a few color differences. One of the most noticeable things right off the bat is his red nose cone. And of course, he's lacking Decepticon logos on the wings. And they didn't even bother painting his cockpit window, so I guess if someone's flying inside him, they can't see. Then again, Starscream would be the one flying, so I guess they don't need to. But from a basic standpoint, he is at least the correct Starscream colors for the most part. So I tried to pull out his landing gear for his jet mode here, and yeah. Alright, now I'll try to put him in robot mode and see if anything else breaks off. Flip his feet down, and there goes a little piece of something. Lovely. Take his null rays off, see if anything breaks. Nope, amazing. Flip his wings, they pop off. That's impressive. Don't think they're supposed to come off like original G1 Starscreams do. Pull his legs down. Come on, you piece of crap. Supposed to do that? So they kind of used, the original G1 transformation for these guys. I think that was part of the game. Oh, fuck off. Wow. There you go. His fucking head broke off. Fantastic, you piece of shit. Like I was saying, this is sort of similar to the original G1 transformation, but I suppose it probably works a lot better on a real Robot Master than this asshole. There you go. Does he look great? Changeable Robot Starscream. Some fixing required. Well, I superglued the asshole's head back on. That wasn't worth it. You might notice his wings aren't on him now because they just want to keep falling off during this process. I'm a little extra annoyed because the super glue tube decided to burst on me while I was trying to put this asshole's head back on, and of course he would stick to me better than he would himself. His right wing, too, is the absolute worst. That just wants to fall off constantly. Alright, my annoyance with trying to get this guy semi-put back together aside, he looks like crap. I'm gonna be extra unfair here too and stick him next to Seeker Ace's Starscream to show some of the details that are wrong. First, Starscream's fist should be blue. No detailing at all on front of the legs, not a surprise, and obviously his feet should be blue as well instead of red. The only thing they actually bothered painting blue on Changeable Robot Starscream was these back fins. And even solid blue was apparently a bit too much for these guys to handle. While I consider Robot Master Starscream to look a lot inferior to the classic Starscream mold, the real one does look a lot better than this piece of shit. I don't like the kind of overly roundish head on the Robot Master Seeker, but on this one it looks kind of overly small as well, and for some reason they painted Starscream's eyes blue. So clearly this is based on random animation error Starscream when they'd give him blue eyes in the show. And you know, the cockpit just being this solid gray color really does make it look a lot worse. If only the stupid light worked, it would change everything. Oh, wait, I was wrong. It changed nothing. The arms have pretty good articulation and the null rays look nice, though that's just because of the bootlegged pieces from the Robot Master's toy, and because they haven't broken yet, but give them some time. So, yeah, there's no holes in the Robot Master Starscream's fist, so he can't hold his sometimes will fire missile thingy, and its peg is just a little bit too big to fit where his null rays go. So, that's the best I can do with it. And his wing fell off while I was doing that, because of course it did. And I, still don't know what the hell you're supposed to do with this thing. I suppose that's the best I'll get out of it.
Looking good, Starscream. You don't look geeky at all.
Damn it, Thundercracker! I'm the new leader!
Aw, that's cute.
One of the odder things about the Robot Master Seekers was they had these, boob cannon things. They're supposed to be chrome, so of course they're just red plastic on this guy. They're supposed to be removable, at least on the real toy, but it kind of feels like something might break with this one, so I'll try it anyway, because it's not any different than anything else on this piece of shit toy. Just have to be careful that I don't break his fucking head off again. Yeah. Oh, there goes his head too, of course.
Decepticons, feast your eyes on your new leader!
Alright, well, here he is with his head back on for the second time, and the rest of those things kind of popped off. It's hard to tell if they didn't mean those to ever come off, or if they're just really incompetent and stuck them so hard that the only way to get them out was to break them. Quality, good shit. Okay, it's got some impressive points of articulation because of the figure's mold that it stole, but just about everything on this guy will pop off and he'll have to be stuck back on. Or it'll snap right off because you dared to think you could move it. I mean, whoever heard of such crazy things like landing gear coming out or transforming a transformer? Apologies, I mean changing a changeable robot. And it's got splitting going on some of the hinges, like on the wings, which makes them pop off very easily. The color scheme is at least not horribly off for Starscream, but it is very basic, and they barely painted any parts of him. Really, the fact that the head was painted somewhat decently is a surprise given the rest of this thing. I can say that maybe I shouldn't have tried removing his boob cannons, but again, how dare I think something removable on the real toy would be removable? And besides all the breaking, it's got pretty bad plastic seams like the one running right through the cockpit on the chest, so you can see right through it, too. It's a mold copy of Robot Master Starscream, but they did give him 2 orange accessories that he can't really interact with at all. I have found out now that this missile launcher came with Robot Masters Prime and a few others in the line, and that those were designed to also work with Starscream, so it would be a pretty neat addition that they included those for him if they had made all of his holes too small for him to actually hold it anywhere. But on the plus side for creativity, there is the fact they bootlegged the short-lived line Robot Masters, which is kind of funny, but not that much, too. The fact you apparently aren't meant to transform this transformer, that's about it. 0. This card is okay-ish. They copied a lot from the Robot Master's packaging, which honestly doesn't look all that great in the first place. I do find it amusing at least though when bootleggers modify a real logo into their stupid bootleg one like this. But wow, they just really genericed this thing up so that they could stick any figure on it. Because yeah, on the card they have pictures of every single figure they showed on the back so that it could work for any of them. The only probably unique thing to each figure would be the cardboard insert inside the bubble. But they apparently couldn't even be bothered to take pictures of their stupid bootlegs, so they just showed the real figures, so yeah, that's nice and deceitful. 4. The coloring on this Starscream is very basic, missing a lot of details on spots, and just has red plastic on the feet and arms where they should be blue. But of course, on one of the spots where they actually painted some on this thing where something should be red, they instead made it blue. Also, he's coming apart at every single possible spot he could. 2. And the bootleg zones overall is 4. It'd be a 2, but he gets a bonus 2 points just for being Starscream, despite him sucking so hard. And hey, at least the first Starscream bootleg I did on here was memorable for something.
Skywarp, follow me! Megatron has fallen, I think. I assume I couldn't really see, but I'm considering myself the new leader!
Yeah, we'll get right on that, Starscream.
What the hell is this supposed to be, Screamer, you dildo? And we have a chair, Skywarp! No! Megatron! I'm the new leader! Starscream? That's not...
No, don't tell him. This'll be great. Me Overkill going to overkill you!
Oh dear, Bootleg Vector Sigma! Decepticons retreat! Were you going to actually retreat there, Screamer? Oh, your big fat information, Skywarp! Yes, I was, but, my wings will fall off if I actually try to. So, yeah, could you two fly me away, baby?
Oh, Starscream, this is just getting pathetic.
Shut up! Megatron! I'm the new leader! Well, he's getting closer to... Hey, Megatron!
Yes, he is indeed.
Enough! Someone change